Good morning, still, barely, by 2 minutes. It's January the 10th. I have reason to go downtown, so this will be another walk downtown, following whatever path makes the most sense based on the traffic lights. It's becoming a habit on Tuesdays. It's another gray day. It's about -9 Celsius, about the same as when I walked yesterday. So maybe, 15 or 16 Fahrenheit, I guess. Hello, Mary. Happy New Year. New Year's more than a week old, though. It's not very new anymore. It's already getting old. Going down to the Hotel Saskatchewan to do some writing, and then I have to go to the Cornwall Centre to do some. I have to buy something for my computer. Sorry, it's hard to see because it's so bright. Ah, well, that makes sense then. Welcome back to the exciting, continuing adventures of walking in Regina. A very special episode. You haven't missed anything, just walking in Regina. Master radon. Somebody getting their radon levels checked in their basement, I guess. Over here. So I have a sore spot where I think I actually cracked a rib. I thought it was just a bruise, but the way it lingers, I think I may have actually cracked a rib. So it'll take it a while to heal up. I fell, a little over a week ago and banged the bottom of my rib cage against the edge of the porch. And it's still sore. Not debilitatingly sore, but uncomfortably sore on occasion, depending on how I turn or lie or whatever. This house continues to take shape. They have no backyard. They simply go straight to the garage, which I guess maybe you can do that with the new house. The old house, I don't think you can connect under the regulations. I don't know. We're not trying that, so I guess I don't really know. I can hear the music they're playing while they... So it'll be another new house to join the likes of this one, which is a new house that fits the neighborhood very well. I may want to put my hood up after all. I thought it was warm enough without it, but I'm beginning to regret that decision, so give me a minute and I'll put my hood up. No reason not to be comfortable. I'm too old to have to worry about looking cool, so... What have I done today? Well, my main thing was I interviewed Robin Pays, who's a YA author, has a very interesting time travel YA series that actually I'm looking forward to reading when I can. That one will probably go live a week from Sunday because I just put one out yesterday, actually. Should have gone out Sunday, but didn't, because it required a lot of editing. So the newest one that just went up yesterday is with who is it with? Brian Trent. That's who it's with. Very prolific short story author and award winner, Writers of the Future winner, and his novel two novels, kind of far future. Red Star Rising, is that what it's called? I think so. The most recent one. I spent quite a bit of time yesterday working on it, and I'm already forgetting it because I've already had another interview today with somebody else, so that's the way these things go. Kind of gray and a bit foggy today, but not giving us that beautiful hoarfrost, unfortunately. Leopold's Tavern here. Plant-based items. Meat is plant-based. Everything starts as plants. Specs here is eyeglass store. A lot of foot traffic for some reason. Meeting more people than I usually do here, foot-wise. Well, it's like, unlike the last couple of times, I'm not going to hit this light just right and cross that way, so we'll carry on down Albert Street here. I wore my thinner gloves too, thinking it was warmer than it is, but my hands are getting cold, so that was a mistake. Here we have Class Act Studios, where my daughter danced and worked. She went back on Sunday to the University of Toronto, back at classes for her last semester for convocation. And then graduate school of some sort, although she might take a year off. Class Act Studios. I don't even know what this building is. Sort of halfway house, I think. Oh, look. It's coming back. Tacos and Tequila Blanco Cantina. Because this was La Bodega. And I was hoping it was coming back in some fashion, but it's really changing completely. They've repainted everything. Has a great deck up there, not this time of year. So I'll have to check it out once it opens. Not that cantina is quite as... Before it was supposed to be a tapas bar, was the way it started, La Bodega. Anyway, I hope it's good because that's an easy walking distance from the house when I'm on my own. Need some place to eat and don't feel like cooking for myself. My wife's away, which she will be for a week, beginning of February, so I don't know if they'll be open by then or not. Might be, I suppose. I'll have to look them up online. Looks like we're crossing here, which is unusual. For the timing to work out that way. I'll carry on this way. Yeah, I have to buy a new mouse. I have a Magic Mouse for Apple, which I quite like, but as far as I can tell, I think one of the sensors has cracked, and as a result, it only works on hard, flat surfaces, which I think, well, I'll only use it on hard, flat surfaces, but of course, quite often I want to use it on a cloth surface, like next to me in my chair, for example, is a way I like to work. And it won't work anymore on that surface, which is really annoying. Little jaywalking. Shh, don't tell anybody. Hilberg and Burke, that's a famous jeweler. Quite well known in many places, Hilberg and Burke. It's their head offices. I think I'll take the alley because I haven't done that for a while. A couple of old houses up there. Twins from this direction. They're clearly built, probably built at the same time by the same developer. Mirror images of each other, it looks like, originally. Go through there, but there's not a path. Oof. Hi, Roger. Every time I walk, God adopts a kitten. God adopts all kittens. I'm sure I learned that in Sunday school. Oh, have I just trapped myself? I think I did. There's no way out down here. I thought there was. Maybe around the very end here? No. Okay, I'm going to have to step over here if I want to keep going this direction. Hopefully without falling. Different angle on downtown. That made that possibly cracked rib twinge. The thing with cracked ribs is, even if it's cracked, even if you go to the doctor, there's nothing they can do. I will go this way. Not that I can get on the sidewalk here. Gimbals decided to point off at a weird angle. There's now City Hall over there. Not a particularly scenic day today. It's gray. The snow's getting kind of old, so it's dirty. Nothing looks its best in this kind of weather. It just looks like winter. For sale. I always thought those were rentals, but they must be condos. That's the whole apartment building's for sale. Quite close to our goal here already. It's a short walk downtown. Again, I'm kind of taking a weird behind the scenes look here through the alleys. Not an alley I walk down very often, if ever before. I don't even know if I've ever walked down this alley before. It doesn't look all that familiar. Got the Balfour over there and the Frontenac. This is the back of First Baptist. We're going to come up on the side, if I keep going this way, of the Land Titles building. There might be another alley I can take before I get there, though. Not that one. That's pretty forbidding. I don't want anybody in there. Oh yeah, I can walk behind the Land Titles building. Of course I can. I have walked there before. First Baptist. Land Titles building. Sports Culture and Recreation office is there now. And the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame. Take down my hood because now I'm getting really warm. And there's Hotel Saskatchewan. Don't usually emphasize the ooh in Saskatchewan, but when your footing is bad, you do. Saskatchewan. That's the SAS Power building down there. Not going that way though. Not going into the kitchens. Employee entrance and loading zone is back there. Lots of vapor coming out. Of course, Victoria Park in front of us. Might walk through there on the way back. I don't know how. Ooh! Unexpected patch of ice that looked like melted. Because it's salted, but it didn't get that piece of ice, so it made it invisible instead of. Sometimes salt, trying to keep the sidewalks completely clear, actually makes them more dangerous than a layer of snow does. Not really starting to melt. The roads always melt because of passive heating. The sidewalk's only melting because it's salted. All right, we'll stop here, and I'll be back later. Hello, it's the afternoon of December the 10th, and heading home from downtown. Take a look up and down 11th here. Looking east. That's the old post office, which became City Hall, which is now Globe Theatre is in there. Some other old buildings, plus some new ones. I got some writing done. I bought what I needed to buy at the Cornwall Centre, so just going to walk home. 20 minutes home, like 20 minutes down here. Or thereabouts. In case you're wondering, this is like a doorway, a corridor that takes you across 11th here from the Cornwall Centre. Bank of Montreal is over here. We'll walk through the park this time, since I'm headed this way. So get out onto Scarth Street here, which is here. First, that's the Northern Bank there, one of the old buildings. Not a bank anymore, but it was once. And some of the other old buildings along here. Various things along here, and they've changed over the years. You can walk on the inside, all down that side of the buildings. It's along inside corridor. So these storefronts actually start on the other side of the corridor, just inside there. That Badger here is a pub. I'm probably going to put my hat up. You know, it's not all that cold. Just to keep my ears warm. Still got the Christmas tree up, and then on the other side of that is a sculpture by Joe Fafard representing a pile of bones, which is what Regina was known as, the place where the bones are piled from buffalo hunting days. There's also one of Fafard's famous bronze cows inside here, you can see. He had his foundry in Pince, which is not too far outside of Regina. Used to run into him once in a while. He's dead now, but kind of knew him. Enough to say hi. And had a visit to his foundry once. The McKinsey Art Gallery had a thing where you took bus trips out to various artist studios outside of the city. It was very interesting. Or inside the city. It's very interesting. There's usually a skating rink over here. And I guess there is now too. It looks like they've got it up. We've got this Frost Festival coming up soon. Yeah, so there's a skating rink over there. We're walking down toward the cenotaph here. First World War Memorial originally, where Remembrance Day ceremonies are held. There's the Hotel Saskatchewan over there, where I had lunch and did some work. All that stuff over there would be related to the Frost Festival, I think. Those little sheds and stuff. Public libraries over that way too. There's the cenotaph. See, it's not just First World War now. That's how it started. It's kind of the front part of it here. City Hall over there. There's the land titles building again that we walked behind on the way down. One of the things I did just before I left the hotel was post the first look at the cover art for Shapers of Worlds Volume 4. I had the image for a while, but I have enough of the names now to be able to, what could be the final cover. I'm still hoping I might pick up one or two more authors. I picked up 3 more just today who hadn't responded until today, so could be a couple more coming. One of them is Sherilyn Kenyon, who's a big best-selling author, so I was glad to get her say she'd take part. Knox Metropolitan United Church. That's Balfour, my favorite apartment building. Just from the looks of it. Anyway, over there. First Baptist Church. It's the front of Knoxmouth. So we'll stay on this side because of the way the lights are working. Probably, I don't know if Knoxmouth was, is it a Methodist church originally or a Presbyterian church? Those are the two denominations that joined to form the United Church. Ah, there you go. There's Presbyterian, because there's the sign right there, built in 1905. Heavily damaged by the tornado in 1912. Cecilia Chambers series has something coming up. Oh, looks like we'll probably cross Victoria Avenue at this corner based on the lights. On this way, nobody's coming, which they aren't. Oh, by the courthouse here. Look at City Hall over there. Good look at it here. Not very attractive right now because it's a gray day and the snow is old and brown and on the roads, and there's no hoarfrost or anything to pretty it up. Just another winter's day, although a little milder than would be average for this time of year. Average high is probably more like -12 or something. We're a few degrees above that today, and will be, it looks like, for most of the month, so that's nice. If you can get through January without a huge cold snap, we've broken the back of winter. Except we had our big cold snap in December, but still. Certainly doesn't mean there won't be another one, and I suspect there will be, maybe late January into November, into February or something. But then before you know it, it's spring. And sometime after that, the snow melts. It certainly doesn't melt by March 21st usually. There should be a big hotel condominium complex on that corner, but it fell through. Years ago now. They used to have a sales office here where they were selling condos, but the building never materialized. And as I always point out, this is where Cato Books used to be, and their sign is still on the door. They've been bankrupt now for several years. And I'm publishing some of the books they published through Shadowpaw Press, including my Shards of Excalibur series. But also, let's see, Stay was a Cato book, Phases was a Cato book, 2 poetry books I published. Dolly Bird, which is coming up, was a Cato book. So I have picked up a few for Shadowpaw Press. Reprise. That used to be an apartment building, now it's part of the Viterra wheat marketing company. Used to be the Saskatchewan wheat pool. There used to be a medical clinic there, but it's been empty now for a long time. I remember taking Alice there once or twice for this and that, because it was close to the house. And you couldn't get a doctor's appointment proper, you have to go to a walk-in clinic. My doctor's retiring, Dr. McMillan. He's been my doctor since I moved here in 1988. So that'll be weird, but I do have a new doctor, Dr. Neer. I haven't even met him yet. I have a get acquainted appointment coming up this month. But a friend of mine goes to him and liked him and asked him if he would take me on as a new patient, so that was a relief, because Sometimes it can be hard to find a new family doctor, and you end up just having to go to walk-in clinics, and they never have your records or know anything about you. So Dr. Nair will have my records from Dr. McMillan, and we can carry on from there. Do the social hall. I'll never go there again, apparently. The Thai, our favorite Vietnamese Thai restaurant. Little strip mall over there. Looks like we're carrying on down this side of Albert today. Number 1 fire hall here. Trying to read. Somebody said hello. From Argentina. Oh, greetings, Sebastian, is it? Yes, Sebastian. Thanks for joining me. Probably warmer there than here, especially since it's summer down there. Church over there is where we got married 25 years ago. First Presbyterian. There's a cat cafe over there I like to walk by and look at the cats, but I'm on the wrong side of the street today. Sushi and karaoke. Pretty good sushi. I've never been to the karaoke part. This is just empty. Indian bistro here. Don't know that I've eaten there either. Chamber of Commerce. And a gay club here. The Lot Club, I think this one is called. Chiropractic clinic. And an empty lot. That's been empty forever. There's First Presbyterian over there. It's a bit of a view at the apartment building over there. That's an old apartment building over there. Also has some businesses on the ground floor. Looks like we're going to just keep on walking down this side of Albert the way the lights are working. Parking lot with a lot of snow piled in it. On this corner anyway. Pay lot. Another old apartment building here. Never been in this one. The Braemar. The Braemar. 35 Celsius there, huh? It's actually pretty mild here for us, but it's when I left at lunchtime it was -9. Might have warmed up a degree or two since then, but probably not much. There's Class Act Studios, where my daughter used to dance and worked for a while. There's a Pilates studio here. And a coffee shop, currently closed. Looks like. A few other things. That was the second telephone company building over there, Sastel building. Now has other offices in it. Dry cleaner to my left. Advertising agency in here. At least there used to be. The virtual ad agency has arrived. Jim Aho and Company. I think I know him. Oh, looks like we'll get to cross here now. Either look north on Albert Street there, kind of the main north-south drag through the city. Petrocan, that's where we buy most of our gas. Gas price is currently $1.47.9 a liter for regular. They were higher. They've been a lot lower, of course. That's Specs. That's the eyeglass store. I've occasionally gotten frames at. Have a bigger selection than your typical optometrist shop. Probably more expensive, but that's where I got my current pair of best reading glasses. My real glasses, I'm very limited into what frames I can use because of the prescription. They're very thick lenses and just not a lot of choice there, but I don't wear them much in public, hardly ever, although I might start using them for my choir rehearsal, Toscana Voices. I find that my reading glasses and contacts don't quite cut it. My contacts get gummy at the time we're rehearsing, and it makes it harder to read the music. And we're doing pretty complicated music, so if you miss a note, it can really throw you off. I don't like driving in them, but I can. It's legal. It's just there's a noticeable difference between vision with the glasses and with the contacts. The glasses are actually clearer and sharper, but they make everything more condensed, I guess is the word. First time I got contacts, that was the first thing I noticed, was how everything looked much bigger than I was used to. I mean, it doesn't take long for your brain to adjust, but it does take some time. I assume it's because the lenses are refracting further away from your eye, so in a way they're focusing on a smaller portion of your eye. I don't know if that makes sense. It's something to do with refraction, I'm sure of that. I think I'll make some coffee when I get home, which won't be long here now. What time is it? 3:30 here. Still time to have coffee before supper time. My wife gets home from work. So we head down our crescent here, Angus Crescent, looking along College Avenue here to the west, if you're following along on Google View. Older houses in our neighborhood, mostly built in the teens and 20s. The older ones anyway. There's some newer ones along here too, but the original neighborhood was built about that time. Oldest house is from 1914, I think, that I know of. Ours was 26. Little free library. And there's the new house they're building. It's a big one. I think it's going to be the biggest one in this neighborhood, actually. One that was there was an old one-story. It's actually a heritage property, but apparently it was just in too bad a shape to be saved. So they got permission to tear it down, to have in school down there. These are elm trees and have, still going despite Dutch elm disease. Managed to control it quite well within the city. Every once in a blue moon you'll hear about a tree being cut down, but I haven't heard anything recently. Although they are getting towards the end of their natural lifespan, these old trees, so over the years to come, I'm sure they will gradually disappear one by one. But no time soon, because they really do make the neighborhood arching over the streets like this. Quite lovely. Quite lovely. Even if you do have to rake a lot of leaves come fall. Sometimes in the spring too, if you didn't get it done before the snow hit. I think there's quite a few leaves under our snow this year, even though the yard had been raked. There's always more leaves, and then the snow came. So in the spring I'll probably have to have it cleaned again. Okay, we'll stop here. So thanks for walking with me. Part 2, total walk will be about 43 minutes it looks like. So thanks, and I'll be back sometime in the next day or two. Bye for now.